every year.
There's a total disconnect now between the ruling group and the masses.
I hate psychology.
Clear out.
They're the same worm-like characters.
Analysts.
Fuck you with your stupid argument.
They should not bother us.
Democracy. All of this just works.
Vote for the generations who are coming.
Fully dynamic game engine.
A millennial video essayist.
Always support strength
Constant craving.
and identity.
I haven't yearned. They are a disease of our time.
Clear them out. You're voting for what your grandfather and father fought for.
I sit and yearn.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Longhouse, the weekly show for the sensible centrist. With me this week, I have Burkarl, former friend of the channel, or continuing friend of the channel, who's appeared on various things. I cannot recall last time you were on here, Burkarl.
It might have been the post-Witan show last year.
That's quite a while ago. Bloody Path has taken the week off. Rumor has it that he's on a special mission directly to the Kremlin. So watch this space and we'll see what happens. Maybe his his research has led him to the heart of
Suspecting coal mining operations on Svalbard.
No, but in all seriousness, he has a week off. He's on vacation, I believe, and he's going to be back probably next week. This week, though, we're doing a bit late, to be honest, edition of the Longhouse meme review. Usually around May, June, we've done the yearly meme review where we pick out the highlights of the Element meme channel for the Longhouse, where mostly Burkarl and a couple of others, post the funny videos, the funny photos. I have sprinkled in some other stuff from other sources as well. And on top of that, I have a couple of links to this tier list maker website where I found one tier list I can make of tools. Given all of our tool talk lately, I wanted to create a tier list of what the best tools are in terms of like the type of tools, not necessarily the brand. And what is useful. If we get to the end of the stream without having gotten through all of the memes, I have a couple of more tier lists that could be fun to talk about. But we'll start with the memes and we'll take it from there. Real quick before we get going, I want to wish all the Americans who might be listening a happy 4th of July. Is that correct? That's today for them. Yes. And to any Brits who are listening, I believe you have your election today. So, aim for that zero seats. Keir Starmer seems like a very, very sensible option, at least compared to the Conservatives.
Ignore voting, consume memes.
Alternatively, there's also that. Prologue Sholm says, next time, tool memes. Well, I don't know what tool memes are, so you would have to send me some. And then we can do tool memes. I know I've seen on YouTube, there's this one guy who like runs around and pretends to be the various brands. And like if he has like the Ryobi shirt on, he's like eating rocks. Stuff like that. But we'll just get right into the memes, as it were. So these, because Windows is, a popular operating system made by competent people, it's not possible for me to recreate the order in which these memes were posted. So I believe we won't be going in like chronological order, starting from basically last summer and then to now. It's just going to be a hodgepodge.
Yeah, I think the best memes that are, of course, on this show, we only show the best memes. They aren't, with the it doesn't commentate on the current thing. Usually, current thing memes get old and stale and stuff like that. Really.
Yeah, and when I picked them out, I tended to skip if there were things like, oh, this is when this thing was happening, and there's a couple of memes about it, right? I'll just skip that, right?
Although some current things like the sewers and stuff, might be
right. But yes,
threshold.
I wanted to. There was a lot of good sewer stuff, but I believe our channel is still on probation from the time Luddick was defending the Israelites, ironically. So these might not be included. I will go on record. There's been some talk about this on Twitter. I will go on record and say that I enjoy the little green wizard meme. I think he's funny. I think he's
Polish wizard.
the weird little wizard guy. He's funny. He's an ethereal creature. I enjoy him. He gives me
the knight that hunts him down, and
yes, the Sunbane knight that keeps following him. I did not enjoy the Hawk Tuo, like the spit on it girl. I did not understand why that was so funny.
Well, it's basically like all these sort of it's very common, at least in my view, that a lot of normies simply like memes because porn, haha. And
right. I mean, it wasn't really a joke, right? It was just like she's talking about sucking dick, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, running into these kind of people a lot in places like in the army. Like I did my conscription service, so those group chats were absolutely filled all the time with porn memes, and it was and then you need to find this message that's actually important about we need to be roll call at 8
right.
or something, and I need to scroll past 15 porn memes. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, the state of the internet. You have to scroll past the porn to get to the racism these days. It's getting real bad out there. All right. Without further ado, let's begin with the memes. And share screen. So it's going to be images and videos, randomly. I believe I cannot stop the videos from autoplaying. Here we have a Gmail notification from Ian Poulter that says, "Hi Sam, I was browsing your CVs on Indeed.com and your degree in BSc Biomedical Sciences really stood out to me. I'm currently looking to fill a position for Smokey Mo's Bar and Grill." And there it cuts off.
I mean, look, if we were fair, it could be that Smokey Mo's Bar and Grill is a corporate and they need like some laboratory person.
That might actually be true. They need some like biomedical dude to like craft a new burger recipe or something. Yeah.
If you
but
really
as you
want
said,
to ruin the meme.
some of the best memes are more timeless than just the current thing, and I believe this in many ways
fresh.
Captures the spirit of our time, doesn't it?
I mean, if you aren't a retail worker with at least 3 degrees in stuff like philosophy, I mean, what are you doing?
Exactly. Like, what did you get in depth for, right?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have message from Dad. How's the job search going? Overlaid on a YouTube video. Debate between Noam Chomsky and Michael Foucault on human nature. Men really do be like that. And next up we have a video, I believe. So this is probably gonna autoplay.
All women are disgusting. There's lots of them. I don't know how many of them. I've had enough of women. I don't want to have anything to do with women. Why? Well, that doesn't require much explanation. Your girlfriend is like your mother. I'm often accused of being gay. Well, yes, obviously, meow, let's go kill some snakes. Hitler did this beautifully. The Nazis were unbelievably great, Nazi-like. Like, what the hell is that? Look at me, I'm Hitler. I've watched 100 movies, but I don't understand up. Okay, up. From where? Why up? It's low resolution. It's low resolution.
Oh, this one's funny. I've seen this before, but it never stopped.
I think there's like
It always
15
gives me a
different
laugh.
ones.
Yeah.
The one with the rats was especially.
Yeah. They're like little rats, and he keeps going. Yeah. The rat one's funny. If anyone has the rat one, that's great. You can send it to me on Twitter. We can play it. Next up, we have another video. Again, I don't know what this is.
I got to keep my gloves on for the devil and his evil angels, but I was cracked out on crack cocaine. Now I'm cracked out on Jesus.
Amen, I guess.
God works in mysterious ways.
God works in mysterious way. Now, I'm not going to read this one out all the way, but here you have a picture of two dogs, and someone saying that these dogs call pit bulls the N-word. They really do look like, what do they call it? Like wasp? Is that what they call it? Like the rich northeastern Americans? Is that it?
Yeah, and it's not even, utilitarian turtlenecks for actually warming your neck. It's, overemphasizing that on top of it being also
Exactly.
being lied.
Interestingly, Frederick Holtman says they look like dogs that would worship minorities. And I can see where you're coming from. I mean, the point here is that but I think there has to be a distinction between sort of upper middle class and like actually really wealthy, old money type of dogs / people. I believe that the messaging here is a bit more old money.
I could see pretentious upper middle class as well.
All right. Next up, let's see here. This is a quote from Ludwig von Mises. It says, "Many who are self-taught far excel the doctors, masters, and bachelors of the most renowned universities." I mean, that is true to a certain extent. I believe Dutton talks about sort of the genius a lot, of course, but the mark of the genius is very often that they're able to like pendulum between a lot of disciplines. And excel in all of them. Maybe not to the point in terms of like producing as much as someone who's spending their entire life focused on one area, but they'll be able to sort of pattern recognize and come up with other ways of looking at things that someone who gets like a super deep PhD in something never would, because they're too deep, essentially.
Yeah, there's also the old power structure in the academia as well. So can't really
exactly. Not as much as a meme, but we're learning, and that's also important.
Yeah, but the quote really references the schizo vibe of the.
That's true.
Picture. So.
That's true. So I guess there's this. I've seen this, like you have the quadrant of like what a meme is, and you have one axis which is like ironic, unironic, and another one which is it abstract and concrete or something like that? I'm not sure where you would place this. The schizo stuff, I don't know if that goes on that axis anywhere. Anyway.
I mean, it has to be abstract, right?
It has to be abstract, of course. Let's see here. You killed the man, but not the idea. Then there's the propeller hat, who will never not be, like, the propeller hat will always be funny, just like the little green wizard man. But there's some old turtle hat, which seems to have something similar going on, right?
I mean,
I'm not sure what this is.
It kind of looks like it should be a hawk, but then it has a turtle shell around it.
Maybe it's something that someone wore to like say you're running out on the steps and you don't want to be harassed by birds or something. That's the stretch, right? Like, I mean, it has to be some sort of predator.
It has to be some sort of ritual Bronze Age thing. I mean,
yeah.
Like I'm not quite sure exactly from where, but
very nice. Whoops. One moment. Here we go. It's an Iron Age Celtic helmet. Well, there you go.
Iron.
Why did the Celtics put a turtle bird on their helmet? Oh, is that the same one? How about this? Here we go. This year, thousands of men will die from stubbornness, and then a little. Is it the Apu when he's little? He's
Apustaya.
yes. He's he's tagging. No, we won't.
He's absolutely adamant.
Absolutely adamant in defiance.
He will refuse to be Longhouse forever.
Exactly. Wait, hang on a moment. What was that? You have the monkey JPEGs. You have the furry stash. You have Morb, I guess.
Morb.
What's that? The Morbing, yeah. And then Operation Flag.
What is Operation Flag? Ah, okay. Did you see the autonomous outlast there?
I saw it. This is actually really good use of the tablets. Oh no, and then it became Gen Z. No.
Zoomer meme.
Oh, it was a Zoomer meme. They got us. What is the Ohio thing?
I really don't know.
We would have needed a Zoomer here. Someone who
Funniest
could
sounding
speak that.
state. You know, that sounds funny when it comes out of the toilet. I don't know.
Yeah, the skibbity something that the Risses.
Yeah,
Right.
I only learned, like I think a few
go
months
ahead.
ago that the original, skibbity toilet thing came from a Russian Zoomer, and the head
Really?
coming out of the toilet was some sort of American black rapper
All right.
instead of the Gary Usman thing.
Interesting. I don't understand it though. Like honestly, I think the skibbity thing is the moment where I became unable to keep up with sort of what the kids are doing. I literally don't understand it. Like I don't understand what's supposed to be either funny or interesting about it. Do you get it?
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know either. I mean, it has to be something to do with the funny sounds. Dee, 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 bop, bop. I don't know.
Oh, like the Scatman sounds?
Yeah, I mean,
But why?
otherwise,
I mean,
don't get it
those
at
are
all.
funny to begin with. Why do you need the whole Gary Smod thing? I don't know. All right. I'm trying to understand things that aren't supposed to be understood by me, I assume. So, Luddick vindicated once again. Even Skibbity Toilet is a Russian psyop. That's a good one. Okay, here we have an edit of the You Ain't Black comic where she says, I'll never think, and then Descartes instead of Biden says, then I'm afraid you ain't. Of course, the cogito ergo sum reference, which is very, I guess, philosophy 101, right?
Sure, but how many people would like to go with the implications of how many people don't have inner monologues and stuff like that?
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see here. Here we have the holy symbol of the Americas,
The great
of the
martyr.
MAGA movement. This needs no explanation. Let's just move on to the next meme. Oh, wow, there's a lot of memes, so we'll see what we can get through. Here we have the men height chart at the top, where she posts 5'2" to 5'5", you're a child. 5'5" to 5'7", young boy. 5'7" to 5'11", young man. 6 and up, you're a king. Then someone has retorted with the women weight chart. I'm not good with pounds. Are you?
No. I think
Let me
it's
check
like
here.
something like 2.2 pounds.
Okay, so
per
let's see.
kilogram.
100 pounds is about 45 kilos. So 100 to 130, you're a goddess. 131, you're about 60 kilos. You're a queen. 151, which is 68, you're a whale. 171, you're a mammoth, 77 kilos. 190 plus, which is starting at 86 kilos. You're a Ford F-150 extended cab 4x4 with Pro Tow package.
I mean, either of these are some very short women, or they're very Mediterranean taste here.
That's true. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to hit 60 kilos if you're of a certain height, even as a woman.
Yeah.
But man, the Ford F-150s are huge. You don't see a lot of them, but I saw one the other day, and on a European road, it literally takes up more than like the lane you're supposed to stay in.
Yeah,
it's actually insane.
You can't go into a city.
Yeah. They're huge.
But now they need extended cabs because they only want the actual, what do you call it, the thing for hauling stuff in the back. I'm blanking here, but you know
the tailgate or just the bed.
Yeah, the bed. The bed keeps completely shrinking all the time, and they keep extending the cabs, and you know it's probably going to be somewhere around 2050 when it's just a sedan again.
It's got
full hatchback.
Yeah, maybe. This is going to be loud. I'm going to try to stop it. Sorry, someone's blasting like Chinese propaganda music at the beginning of this.
The red sun in the sky.
We have Comrade Clarkson.
Clap, clap for Chairman Clarkson.
It's a catchy song.
I mean,
very catchy song.
I would love to go into the rice fields under this red banner.
The youth march to the fields with joy.
Exactly. And they Comrade Clarkson leads us
onward. I wonder if it actually says that in Chinese at the bottom.
I don't know.
That would be funny.
I mean, probably.
See what else.
I mean, they put the top subtitle, so why wouldn't they?
Yeah, why not? Is there anything more, or is it just the?
I mean, would you rather have
Ridley Squad shall exceed the plan? That's actually hilarious. Considering how little Ridley Squad has produced, apparently, according to the show, at least.
Well, would you rather have Comrade Clarkson, Rishi Sunak, or Keir Starmer?
Oh, that's a hard choice. That's democracy for you, isn't it?
I mean, look at
you can choose any of these. I'd have Clarkson. Yeah, I'd have Clarkson.
Exactly.
That's true. The great leap forward. Well, I'm not sure if Clarkson is capable of doing great leaps anymore. He's getting quite old, right? Let's see here. Took a picture of this building in Rome, but if you squint, it kind of looks like... Never mind. Is this AI art? Like, you know, those AI stuff that makes it look like something else?
Those columns are round. I mean, they're not square. It's AI generated.
Let's see here. Douge says, I agree. US truck aesthetics have been ruined by fully extended cabs. So.
Exactly. Own the bed. The truck bed. Just roll with it.
Let's see here. Next up, we have... The UK is running out of ghosts as old spirits are dying off, the paranormal expert says. So the kids today don't want to become ghosts when they die.
I mean, it's hard to find any ghosts when there's a vape shop around every corner. So
it's true. All the vapes, all the fumes are just driving all the ghosts away.
Oh yeah, that's actually we've found the theory. It's,
the ghosts hate. You know what ghosts hate the most too is vape shops and like phone repair shops and fruit stands, right?
And subcontinentals in general.
And money transfer. Money transfer.
Oh yeah, Western Union.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's like the mark of. What's the opposite of gentrification? That would be it.
Yeah.
Maximus, a second javelin has hit the temple of Venus. That's good. Evolution, can you give me narrativizing brain? To group similar events so you can reuse useful strategies? Yes. Actually develop story time, satisfying arcs, larger than life characters, social cohesion. Wild stuff.
And narrative control.
Narrative control, exactly. Let's see here. Next up, we have the person who agrees with me starter pack. Wow, this is a picture of all subscribers of the Longhouse. Speaking of, I've started working on, I need to do some more photoshopping. Nope. We lost Burkarl. Maybe he'll be back in a moment. I was going to tell Burkarl with the jolly news that I've started photoshopping a... oh, he's back. There you go. I've started photoshopping a walrus emote for the channel.
There, finally. I've been spamming it in every comment section
for almost a month. Like, my days looks like this. I go to work. It's like the full Longhouse experience now. I go to work. I come home. I, do some chores or help make dinner or whatever. And then I do some sort of like home improvement project. And then, we'll watch an hour of TV or play some games or chat or something. And then it's bed, right? Yeah. That's been like a month. I mean, I've had like, I need to make and every time for like the past 4 episodes you've posted, we need a walrus emote. I'm like, oh no. I have to I'm working on it, please. It's just the pixel stuff is really annoying and I have to like set aside a lot of time to do it.
You're putting way too much effort into it.
Probably. So maybe I should just pay someone to paint like a walrus emote. But yes, it's everyone in this chat. Have a look at yourself. Let's see here. For real, a ghostly voice vibed throughout the halls in a no-capping manner. That's the Gen Z ghost. Voltaire then Total Krieg says, I heard Otto Paul is coming on to talk about his book. Yes, he's coming next week. So that should be the 11th. Is J. Otto Paul to talk about his book, which is called, it has a really long title. I'm sorry, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's about German replacement. I believe. The term you are looking for is, I can't say that. The terms and agreements prohibit me from saying that stuff. Let's see here. Next meme up is... Not sure. Okay, this is how it feels when you send me your social security number and credit card info, by the way. All right. Not a lot to say about that one. Who moved the Ryan Gosling portrait, says Obama. And some guy says, sir, that's a mirror. I don't know why I found that funny. I guess it's just that it's an extension of the he's literally me meme.
It's better when it's done in new ways properly.
Yes. You have a comic which says, hi, I'm from India, and then just women fawning over him.
Is that there seems to be some sort of flag on the woman's shirt with the white shirt. If we zoom in there, enhance. Oh
yes.
It might be.
I can hear the clarinets.
Greatest ally.
Yes. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Two stripes on the top and bottom. Yes.
Yep. Looks like it. I didn't notice that.
Or maybe I'm seeing what I want to see.
Here's a 4chan post. Traffic jam, can't even spread it on your toast. The English language is full of deceit and betrayal. I like those 4chan posts. The classic one, I'm sure you can find that in like etymology stuff. Let's find out. Jam etymology.
Yeah, I'm thinking like surely the
it comes. Hang on a moment. The etymology of jam, to press tightly. So you could argue that traffic jam has more connection
So you
with
have-
the etymological jam, then
Yeah, so you have to jam berries together.
Okay,
in
fair
tight
enough,
space
yeah.
To create
Yep.
jam. So I think we have answered which came first, the chicken or the egg. So it's the.
I think he refers to, he says Burkhalt's a noticer. I think it
Oh,
refers to that.
I displayed my
previous
noticing
photo.
skills live.
But I always enjoy the 4chan posts, which are like, the classic one is the cat, where it's like, buy wireless device, look inside wires. That's always funny. Never fails to make me laugh. All right, next up we have this one. We have, on one side, we have quote-unquote authentic Italian pizza. And on the right, we have real American pizza, brackets, Domino's. The Italian one is unsliced. It's got burnt spots anywhere, irregular shaped base, random leaves, probably taken from a bush or something. Expensive, uneven sauce, blobs of cheese. Mamma mia, I burn the pizza. Gracias, mi amigo. And on the right side, it's the Domino's pizza is perfect round base. It's got lots of cheese spread throughout, plenty of toppings. It's cheap, cooked to perfection, and delivered in under 30 minutes, or I get a free pizza.
And
here's the
24 hours
cat.
a day. Whereas
Exactly.
the Italian restaurant is open from like 7 p.m. to midnight.
Yeah, it's not like quality food actually requires work and time. I enjoy a good Italian pizza, so this is a very heretical meme to me, but it is funny. And you get to have the Giga Chad in the Domino's uniform. Honestly, Domino's Pizza came to Norway, at least it came to where I live, only a couple of years ago. And I tried it
It's not here yet.
4 or 5 years ago. And it's the worst pizza I've ever tasted. It's literally cardboard. It literally tastes like cardboard. So we have other brands. I believe I've tasted like Pizza Hut in Britain. But otherwise it's just like Norwegian chains or Swedish, I think one of them is.
Yeah.
But Domino's is the first sort of American chain that opened here, and it's the worst. It's literally the worst pizza I've ever tasted.
Yeah, I think I've tasted Pizza Hut in the U.S. and I think it's pretty good. But the Pizza Hut here actually, I think it launched for the first time in the '60s, and then it failed, and now it's come back, this century, and it's absolutely horrible.
And it's pizza.
Yeah.
It's very simple to make. Like, I mean, I get the convenience of it, but when the choice is between I'm making a pizza and Domino's, I'm making a pizza.
Yeah, I guess they can't just compete with all the Kurds making the.
Probably, yeah. My kebab pizza, gotta have it.
Exactly.
Do not put pants on the frogs. I think this is AI generate because the rest of the text just goes insane.
Yeah.
That's a whoopsie. Let's go.
Everglades
ahead.
terrorists.
Yes. Let's see here. Falls off his horse. Don't write that down in the record. And a Korean historian, King Taejong, fell off his horse. He then asked not to be recorded in the record. That's really funny. Just very dedicated to his art. Very nice.
Fully understands the Tao.
Choosing your wife is the most important decision you can make. I believe it's Amber Heard in the top left. Whatever Will Smith's wife, is that it? On the top right. I forget that policewoman's name. And then there's Britney Spears down in the bottom right. And it's true. Choosing your wife is the most important decision. Is one of the most important decisions you make.
It's a very important decision. At the top of the list.
Yes.
Or near.
I'm not sure what the artwork is, but stroking the sword while lamenting the societal realities engraved by Shen Qiangqiu of the Ming Dynasty. Stroking the sword while lamenting the social realities. That's That's literally me. Except I don't have a sword yet. I should probably get a sword. Yeah.
What kind of sword were you thinking?
I don't know. I probably need to get a sword. I have a couple of those. We have the traditional sort of clothing you use for celebrations, right? I forget what it's called. It's called something specific when you have like quote unquote old native clothes, right?
Ah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's a word for this. I forget.
I guess
what it
it's
is.
like a national dress or national.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah,
something.
National sort of cultural heritage clothing, which people like to wear on like the Constitution Day or at Christmas or in weddings, etc. Right? So I have in Norway you can get specific knives to go with those. So I have a couple of those that I've inherited, which have very nice like embroidered sheaths and in one in leather and one in silver, I believe. That's the closest thing, but they've been dulled, of course, so I can't actually do any damage with them.
You don't even have actual proper knives.
I don't. Well, I have knives that I use for like
kitchen.
I have kitchen knives, and I have like knives that you can use to like chop, like you can chop splinters with, or one of those like hunting knives, right? That I use as tools. Inside you, there are two Greeks. One is from Sparta, and the other is from Athens. Both are gay. This is, this is a little bit on it because I see a lot of you talked about like the memes are just porn. It's kind of the same thing with like people are posting that is she Greek or Italian, like this young model, and they'll be like, oh, this is like an Athenian towel boy, right? Like why are you imagining a homosexual scenario? Why is that the meme? I don't get it.
It's meds. I play meds.
Batsphere be like. All right.
Where does the Spartan have a scimitar?
Spartan heaven, yeah. He has a scimitar, that's true. That's kind of odd. Eat a display case of Snickers that I bought from Costco. Fingers and toes hurt like hell. Hands won't stop shaking. Entire body feels cold. Yeah, I wonder what happened. I wonder what went wrong.
Might have made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah. I have no idea why I feel like shit, right?
I mean, this is what happens when you don't get the proper sugar jitters like as a child already. You gotta develop the resistance.
Porphyrios was a large whale that harassed and sank ships in the waters near Constantinople in the 6th century. Active over a period of 50 years, Porphyrios made no distinctions in regard to which ships it attacked, recorded as having attacked fishing vessels, merchant ships, and warships. Many ships were sunk by Porphyrios, and Emperor Justinian made it an important matter to capture it, though he could not come up with a way to do so. Here you like a angry Wojak edit of Justinian saying, "Stop sinking my warships or my ships."
I think the way the whale ended one day was that it just beached one day randomly, and the locals just took out their knives and stabbed it to with 1,000 cuts.
Right,
and basically they had managed to eat half of the thing as a giant mob before any of the authorities got to see it. So
interesting.
Yeah, ravenous mobs. Oh, this is a
here we go. Yeah,
this is a good
banned
list.
words. Like I literally don't know what half of these, or even like 90% of these mean. So skibbity, which we discussed, these are banned Sumer words. I guess it's like Gen Alpha at this point almost. But skibbity is the toilet thing. I don't get it, but I've heard, I know what it refers to. Sigma is of course the elusive class above the alpha male. Riz, I have no idea what a Riz is.
It's having Riz is like having social skills, especially with women.
Wait, no,
Riz
yeah,
up
I
women.
might remember this from our Zoomer stream. Maybe I remember Riz. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And gyat
Uh,
is just a way to say God.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because but people keep referring to. I see it online. People keep referring to gyat as a thing. Like I don't
Oh
understand
my
what
God.
it is. Yeah, what's the
My
okay?
gyat.
But yeah, but they say like he has the gyat. So I thought maybe it was like a euphemism for like a weapon.
I don't know.
Like a gun.
I think it's just God. It just means hunt.
All right.
Yeah.
Then it's Ohio, which again, I don't get it. Phantom tax, no idea what that is. Sus, I know what that is. Gritty, I think maybe I mentioned this in the stream, like it's a dance or something. 1 2 buckle my shoe. That's just a rhyme, isn't it? Like, why is that like a Zoomer thing?
That's like a a thing from 100 years ago. I mean, I think phantom tax is something about not having your hands down your pants or something.
Really? Someone's saying that gyat equals a butt, a booty. Why is gyat a booty? Why is that a butt? Yeah, I know that sus is suspicious. But why is gyat a booty? Like, what's the connection? All right. 1 2 buckle my shoe. That's just a rhyme. I don't get what that is. Mewing. I know what mewing is. It's the thing you do with the tongue to get the Chad face. Sui? Sweet. Yeah, okay. Is it like one of those like pig calls? You know, they do like to get the pigs to come home at night. They do like the sui.
Have the Zoomers eat from the trough.
That's the Zoomers eat from the trough, yeah. Mumpor 40 in the chat, Zoomers are Africanized. Well, if you look at, we did the Zoomer episode like a year ago or something. I went through a lot of the slang that was popular then, and it's almost all African American vernacular. So it's not even a question.
I didn't like the whole gem and coal thing at first. It wasn't, immediate that it didn't click with me, but I really like it now, and it's replaced based in cringe.
The gem and coal has become sort of the creativity within the gem and coal has allowed it to flourish much more than based in cringe ever could, I believe. But gem and coal by themselves aren't very funny.
Yeah.
Sui is what the footballer Ronaldo says. Oh, I had no idea. Let's see here. Talking about quantum physics in English. Saying a quick hello in Finnish. Do you agree? Very good. I can't do the Tony Soprano voice, but this one's really funny. He saved Vegas from the apocalypse. Sorry, go ahead.
He saved Vegas from the apocalypse is what he did. He was a visionary American businessman. And in this home, the house always... I can't do it.
The house always wins. End of story. Yeah, I can't do it. I love me some Fallout New Vegas memes. It's always good stuff. Let's see here. Be Uber driver, pick up emo girl, play Evanescence on the radio. Next ride, pick up 2 black guys, play Tupac. Next ride, Chinese couple, play Carl Douglas Kung Fu Fighting. 5 stars every time.
This is just basic stuff, though. You need to get into the whole, getting the whole sub-ethnicity right as well, and get the native music out. This is basic racism, and it only gets
it only gets worse from here. Is that what you're saying?
No, it only gets better from here.
This one's funny.
Oh no!
It's the distributrist quote tweeting himself, where he first says, "I guess I will be streaming here tonight for those interested," and then his talk with actual Jake, and 2 hours later, good lord, this was a waste of time.
Was this the banana?
I think this is the Banana Man. Yeah. I've yet to make it through that. I need to go back and rewatch that.
I'm not looking at a second of that. I mean, hasn't he finally sworn off talking to these people? Banana Man.
I believe that was sort of what tipped him over the edge.
We got eternal vigilance in watching for the relapse.
Must reads. STDs in women are skyrocketing. Officials think racism and misogyny may be to blame. Barbara Farrer, the recently appointed head of the LA County Department of Public Health, speaks at a news conference about reducing unintended pregnancy rates among youth in Los Angeles. So it's all those racists who are going around sharing their STDs.
It's very racist to, just go around and put your genitals everywhere.
Let's see here. Here we have the virgin hard worker versus the Chad time thief. Is this? Did you make this?
I think I might have posted it. Yeah.
You may have posted it. Yeah. The virgin hard worker thinks he'll get a promotion if the boss notices how hard he's working. He didn't lie on his resume. He graduated from college and now has to work to repay his debt. Is grateful to be working. He listens to podcasts and will help him become a more effective worker. He tries to hide when he's on
the work podcasts.
Yeah,
podcasts about your job. Oh, I mean,
one thing. It's one thing if it's like about like a specific subject. Like say you work in physics and you want to listen to a physics podcast because you're really into physics, right?
Yeah,
but like a productivity podcast.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, just do your job. Tries to hide whenever he's on YouTube, even when it's for work. I always have the picture-in-picture mode, so I can't hide it. Everyone sees that I'm always, having some YouTube stuff on in the background when I'm coding, or I'm listening to music.
Mupor40 in the chat has admitted to being the Chad time thief right now.
Oh shit! I'm on the clock right now watching this. Literally me.
No, let's observe what Mupor here is.
Well, maybe he's if he's got us on the second monitor full screened, then he's the Chad time thief, right?
Exactly. He doesn't snitch on others when they're goofing off as well. He makes memes on company time. He takes time out of his busy schedule to help enjoy some funny videos and meme reviews. Realizes his job is pointless, so does the minimum not to get fired. Clocks in hour from lunch, says he's still on lunch.
Nice.
Says he had a master's in computer science on his resume, never written a line of code. Spends an hour messing with his chair height settings. Always takes 2 paid breaks.
Never written a line of code. The mouse jiggler is the thing too, but that's a work from home hack that Gen Z is using.
Yeah,
let's see here.
The funny thing about the mouse jiggling, and even just the remote surveillance of the mouse and stuff. Somebody got reported on their job for not being working actively, and it turned out from video camera footage later that they were actually just writing notes down on an actual piece of paper with a pen and not doing stuff with the mouse, and that's why they got the the activity notice.
Jesus Christ!
When it gets to that level, I start to understand the Chad time thief here. Like, holy
yeah,
that is disgusting.
Was this in Finland?
No, it was in the US.
Yeah, it sounds very American, right? Because that's what I was thinking. Like, I was trying to think about myself, like the theory of the mouse jiggler.
No,
that's a nice hack.
I think that kind of surveillance is probably against Finnish law. So
that's one thing. But even if there was, right, like the amount of people that I work with is so few that if I just stop working, people would notice, right? Because people expect stuff from me.
Yeah,
it's not like I can just stop. Like I can just put on the available, and then no one will notice, right?
The mistake you've done is have a habitual pace of getting things done. So now they expect stuff out of you. So if they never got that in the first place, they wouldn't expect it.
Well, that's the trick, though, because I usually work, as a freelancer or through a company, right? So I'm usually stationed at different customers, and the trick is to do a lot the first 2 weeks, because then that's the first impression which sticks with people. Even though I'm not slacking off, it's just if you overperform the first 2 weeks, they're never going to say a bad word about you, in my experience. All right, next up.
Top tips on the Longhouse.
Top tips. Proof by contradiction. The proof is left as an exercise to the reader, and then the galaxy brain. The proof is by magic. I included this one because it's funnily written, but it's also funny because this is basically my timeline now. That Luddic Path has started sort of engaging with these people. This is Zhang Yang saying, "This is impression of America woman. I whine, complain all day, have 17 abortion from black man sex, do not know how to cook hot pot, live messy, disgusting apartment. All men bad garbage. Why nobody marry?"
I think this is the ur poster of this type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, this was years ago. This account, right?
Yeah, this guy crawled so that like drunk Ba Cunley or whatever his name is could run, right?
Yeah.
Of course we recognize the Jewish people's right to self-determination in their ancestral homeland.
We're Zionists. Of course we support the IDF's mission to dismantle Hamas and release the hostages.
So many words.
We're Zionists. We know Hatikva like the back of our hand.
Must be a leftist meme.
We're Zionists. We Israelify our wardrobe when Israel is attacked to show our
high verbal like you.
We're Zionists. Of course we proudly stand by our brothers and sisters in the Holy Land.
We're Zionists. Of course we won't stop talking about our last trip to Israel.
We're Zionists. Our favorite colors are blue and white.
We're Zionists. We value life and mourn every innocent.
I'm imagining a semi-truck coming.
Is this woman Jewish? Also, yeah, the Hamas.
We won't stop advocating for the world's only Jewish state.
We're Zionists. One of our favorite sayings is 3 words: Am Yisrael Chai.
What do you guys feel about this one?
I'm gonna throw this one out the chat. Chat can probably.
They can probably answer this. I'm feeling my love for Israel grow with every girl in this video. Here's you have Freak Nietzsche on the genealogy of morals, and you have what's his name? Hank from Breaking Bad. Watching the lion eat the deer while watching the documentary about lions versus watching the lion eat the deer while watching a documentary about deers, and how it's very different every time, of course. Oh, here we go. Some more Ryan Gosling stuff. I'm not sure if this is good. We'll see.
Anything a minute either side of that, and you're on your own.
How it feels to be a Slavic piece of shit who's genetically predetermined to fail school and become a truck driver. Ancient Scythian steppe tradition. That's a bit funny.
I mean, there are these people who, in the countryside, in the Nordics especially, they keep the car is an extreme status symbol to a lot of people.
Oh yes, oh yeah, yeah.
People. So it's the parallels to chariots are very much there.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's probably, and I mean, having known people and been many of those places. I mean, in Norway, you can just drive for an hour and you're in one of those places, essentially, right? Where if you don't have a car, you can't go anywhere. Like, there's literally nothing. It's just woods, right? And
mountains over there, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. So you need the car, and the car is a status symbol, certainly, and it's your key to freedom, right? So deep connection to the old chariot. That's true. All right. Next up, my 49 days as Prime Minister, Liz Truss, and that it's on trigonometry is just sort of like the cherry on top.
The 40,
For me.
49 days and smiling like that. Oh.
Yeah. Oof. Nathan says Ryan Gosling is the reincarnation of Attila the Hun. Yeah, he drove too. He drove his enemies before him. Let's see here. Aryan Gosling. Let's see here. There's a photo with a guy who's blurred out everyone else, and this is my phone, my photos, my phone.
Yeah, but he wants to show that he's still popular. You know, he's
No,
there
of course.
with many other people. That
In a way, if you want to have a discussion, totally unrelated, if you want to have a discussion about why foreign aid doesn't work, I believe this could be used as evidence.
Exhibit.
Yes.
I was about to say a big number.
Are you two friends? And then India says yes, Israel, US, Japan, and Russia says no. We have a couple of these, but there's this weird, and I know Luddic Path has been sharing it too, this weird like Indian overprotectiveness of Israel, but just in like a weird online way.
Yeah, it's really weird, the whole Indian, you know, of course they dislike the former colonial overlord, but then they also like, you know, the old mid-century German, but you know, they still love Israel and and their whole history, but ancient history, but the, you know, the Indo-European invasions, or
Yeah.
I guess they're
I mean, India in that sense has to be like the most like fucked up country.
I mean, it's
the most schizophrenic, destroyed country in that sense.
Well, I guess it isn't that schizophrenic. It's just huge and has different regional variations. But, you know, it clearly doesn't work in any sense of the word.
That's true. I believe next up we have this one. College students aren't having enough sex, so they're turning to anti-Israel protests, an NYU professor says. Do you believe that the reason that we're anti-Israel on campuses is because the West has fallen, Burkall, and I can't get a girlfriend?
I mean, if the apps don't work, then go to a protest. I mean, it can't be worse.
Yeah. You have the UFC versus the NYC. You can either pay $500 or $3 for a subway ticket to watch a fight.
Less of a crowd on the NYC. You can see much more up close.
You're closer to the action, that's for sure.
And maybe you get to even participate.
People saying that John Levin is a Jewish name. I mean, yes, I believe that was a column written by him. Like, he was the professor. I'm not sure about that, but that's how I understood it. So it made total sense that it would be a Jewish name. I'm just saying, it doesn't make you chief noticer. You got to notice a bit harder than that. Yeah. Let's see here.
Are those stamps? Like postage stamps?
As far as I understood, I think I took this from the deep lore meme channel. This is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea Diana wedding memorabilia that was specifically made because they believed it would, appreciate in value as the years went on, something like that. It's just a very odd piece of material.
It's got the Concorde over there.
Yeah. I believe are all of the things here dead now?
Well, the Houses of Parliament are still standing. Sadly.
Well, but the Concorde is on its way down there. You can see it. Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Popular Loner on Twitter says, my coworkers are talking about racial politics. Guess I'll join in. I got fired. Let's see here.
He needs to work on his Riz.
That's true. How Redditors feel after commenting, quote, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes" on a video of a 4-year-old getting mauled by a bear. Bear, not a beer.
That's what happens when you leave the suburbs.
Yes. Here we go. This is from Tumblr, I think. Cocaine was a stimulant used by a priestly caste of the Middle Period United States called businessmen in order to commune with the market. I love that this is written like a cited Wikipedia article.
Yes, it's a Wikipedia article from 2,000 years in the future.
Yeah. That's very funny.
There's the Imperium of Man is doing ancient research.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Instantaneous astral exteriorization. A violent blow, especially upon the head, or any extreme shock wherein unconsciousness ensues as a consequence, is another common cause of instantaneous astral projection. If you wish to try a simple formula for instantaneous astral projection, allow some friend, or preferably some enemy, to strike you over the head with a baseball bat, a percussive blow. Bro, stand still, I'll astral project you. That's funny. When you have enjoyed a day in the Kali Yuga, and Renee Guinan on the wall there, I have failed you.
Some people are temperamentally not fit to be true people of the decline.
Well, but that's why Evla wrote Riding the Tiger, right? Because according to Guinan, there's just, he didn't provide a good solution for surviving it, right?
Yeah.
He just kind of identified it.
Yeah, riding the tiger can be fun if you don't die.
Nathan C. Shea says, AA says that to a picture of Tony Blair every day.
Did you see that AA actually posted he couldn't get himself to vote for Labour? He voted Reform. He posted on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
After
posted
he's
on Twitter.
campaigned for Starmer for like 2 months or something.
Yeah, I think the tweet is pretty fresh here. Let me just look it up here. It was just today. I get to the voting booth. I was ready to vote for Labour. The blood congealed in my hand like Faustus about to sign the compact with Satan. I couldn't do it. I voted Reform. That's what he tweeted today.
All right. That's extremely funny. What's the temperature in chat? Do you guys want to keep going with the memes, or should we do the tools tier list?
Tools.
It's a tool time.
It's tool time.
He has proven he's human after all. It's just funny that he spent so much time and energy campaigning for Starmer.
The replies are just full of Blair gifs.
Let's do the tools. Let's go. So this is just the type of tools, right? This is not tool memes. This is not specific brands. This is just going to be a quick tier list rating the types of tools. Now, some of these, I'm not necessarily sure I know the English name to, so I'm going to need some help. Some of these I don't think I own, but I'll do my best to rate them in terms of like usefulness, in terms of get this one, this is very good. And you can try to correct me as we go along. Let's start by looking at the let's do the gloves, right? I think gloves is good.
They are very high up. Very nice.
They are high up, especially if you're working in winter. So I kind of want to use the gloves as a bit of a baseline. Is that possible? If we can get the gloves to be an A tier.
Yeah.
I think gloves are a solid A tier. especially when you're working with stuff that you need to like wring something or drag something. Having gloves really helps out. Gloves is top A tier. Now I'm gonna go from left to right here from now on, and Carl, actually, yeah, the phone light is actually that is very relatable, but the phone light is also famously not very good, right? You want the real like work lamp thing. But the phone is old reliable, right? But I'm
sort of plebeian tier under here.
I want to say the phone light is like C or D tier. It's either low C or high D.
I mean, I guess it can get you out of a pinch, so you can't, just.
Let's put it on C. That's like if we put it to low C and define low C as, this isn't the proper way to do this, but it'll do in a pinch, right?
Okay.
Then we have the angle grinder. I don't use the angle grinder a whole lot.
Have you seen the woman who does signatures and drawings on people's cars, like straight on the paint with angle grinders?
No.
Have you seen that? I think some people in chat might have seen it. There's this woman who signs her signature with an angle grinder.
Oh wait, yes, I've seen that. Yeah. Cars, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Straight onto the paint jobs. Yeah.
Very cool. But for me, the ankle grinder is I use it to cut metal.
Grinder.
The ankle grinder. I use it to cut metal. That's it. I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times for specific, stuff. In specific, I want to put it in like in C, just because the usefulness of it is very specific.
I mean, you don't work on cars that much, probably, then.
No, I don't. Because so if you're a car guy, it's probably an A tier, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, but this is for me personally, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. The hammer is S tier.
So if this list is specifically home renovation,
let's do it's personal to me, which is why what I've used most tools for, right?
Better.
Yeah. The hammer is S tier, and the hammer is S tier because as a tool, the hammer has a very low skill floor but an incredibly high skill ceiling. You can do a lot with a hammer if you know what you do with it, and it looks cool on your belt, and you can probably use it as a weapon. So hammer S tier. Now this one, I'm not quite sure what this is in English. Like I recognize the shape. It's a bit like zoomed out.
I can't exactly see the picture. Is it a stationary drill? Or
is that what it is?
Or it's a saw. Is it a saw?
Is it one of those like workshop saws? Maybe.
Yeah, one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna not, because I don't have that one. I haven't used that, so I'm gonna
my
skip
head is
it.
just screaming the Finnish name, but I don't know it.
Yeah, it's a drill press, but I'm not sure it's actually a drill though.
Yeah, it's one of those. The saw blade goes up and down on the device.
The bucket is a B for bucket. It's nice to have. You can put all sorts of stuff in it. You can even put other tools in it, right? So think about that.
And just throw all your other tools in it.
Exactly. Let's go ahead. The chalk line. The chalk line is nice for very specific things. But unless you're doing larger construction projects, and when I say larger construction projects, I mean anything from like building a deck and up, right? If you're just like doing minor things in your home, there's no way you're going to need a chalk line, right?
Yeah, if you're just doing surfaces and stuff like that, if you're not actually setting some structural beam or something.
Bandsaw is the
bandsaw
is the name
exactly.
for it.
Yeah,
I don't have a bandsaw, so yeah. So I'm gonna put the chalk line in lower C tier. Maybe as a tool in itself, actually, I don't think they're that good. There are, admittedly, it's even here, better tools for this nowadays, but they're more expensive. But they also don't require usually when you have a chalk line, you need like 2 people, right?
Yeah.
To be able to use the chalk line for its intended purpose. So if you work in like construction, if you actually build houses, then yes, chalk line is great. But for me, this is
it's probably
low
A
C.
or even S.
Yeah.
If you're actually framing a house or something.
And yes, Bill Wilson says chalk line can double as a plumb bob. Again, you don't need a plumb bob when you're like fixing fixing a sink, right? Let's see here. This is the what's this called? You use it to like shave wood, isn't it?
Is it? I can't exactly see the picture. It's kind of.
Let me see if I can zoom
is
in.
It a chisel?
This is a chisel. Yeah, chisel is the name.
Yeah.
Chisel. Chisel is nice. I think chisel is a bit of a sleeper, right? Chisel is a bit of a dark horse in the tool meta because it is, yes, because that is the sort of the image that the chisel has in the tool meta is that of the artisan, the craftsman. But just being able to chisel something when you're working with dimensions or sort of wood in a capacity where I just need to shave off a couple of centimeters to get something plumb or to make something level a bit better. Having a chisel is really nice.
Chiseling is really masculine.
It is also very masculine. So I am tempted to put this into A tier, because I believe a lot of people sleep on the chisel. Again, very specific, but very useful once you have it.
Yeah.
Here you have some clamps. I see there's double clamps here because you have these like clamps as well, so you can do both of them. I actually have both of these. I have 2 of these and I have 2 of these. I find that I use these, although they're more cheaper than these ones in metal. I use these more often because they're a lot easier to use. But I'm also not gluing or clamping things that are of such a scale that they need the power that these provide. So these are B tier for me. They're not like make or break. Like I could do just fine without these. And the same goes for this one. Actually, I'm going to put it here. No, I'm not, because they're basically the same for different purposes. But I don't use these as much. Yeah. So squeeze clamps are quite useful for me, but I could easily go without them. Like if someone came and stole my squeeze clamps, I would be like, all right, I don't really care. And I believe I paid like $10 for them. They're not very good. Depending on what you do, I might revisit this. These might go down to C or even D tier. I don't have this, so you're gonna have to help me, Urquhart.
What
is this for metal?
Uh,
I think this is for cutting metal. I've seen these before, but I've never had to use these.
I can't exactly.
I don't really have any.
Picture.
Bill Wilson says this is actually true. The squeeze clamp, they loosen under hammering. That's actually something I've forgotten that I have experienced, that was a really, really annoying experience. So that makes me want to put this actually below the phone light, honestly, because even though they failed to do their job, essentially.
Yeah, it's the intended
purpose. They're D tier at this point. Yeah, they're D tier. Like, you can get them, but you can't trust them.
Yeah,
right.
You can't even trust the intended purpose. Yeah.
The coping saw. I haven't had to use this. I believe it's probably like a specific use case where this is great.
Yeah, there's very specific niche.
Yeah.
Can't go.
The drill. The drill is a staple. I use that for everything. It's S. It's S tier. You can use it for everything. You can use it to screw screws. You can use it to unscrew screws. You can use it to bore holes in things. You can use it to a lot of stuff. You can use it as a hammer in a pinch.
And it looks like a gun.
And it looks like a gun. And you get to do the, every time you pick it up, you got to do the double tap.
Yeah, double rev.
Yeah. That's good stuff. again, going with the theme of it makes you, you're doing construction when you have these things on, right? When these are on your tool belt, you're working, you're doing stuff.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. The saw, the saw is pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
This day and age, I don't use this tool that much. If there was like a circular saw, like a hand saw, automated hand saw, that would be better than this. But if we can use this as just general hand saw /
I think there's a
skill
table
saw or whatever.
Table saw in the list.
Yeah,
later.
but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the
one above.
No,
Right
not
there.
this one. No, I'm talking about the ones you can hold in your hand. Hang on.
I was thinking about the one above the table.
No,
saw.
I'll find you some. Here you go. I need to. Oh, this is really annoying because I might lose the.
Oh no!
I might lose the.
The stream saved the tier list. We can rebuild it if necessary.
Okay, here we go. This one, like something like this.
It's just
which you can use for a lot of the same types of cut. But Bill Wilson says no impact. The impact driver wasn't on the list, and I didn't have time to add it myself. So if this was on here, it would be. I would include that as well in a high tier, probably an A tier for me. Someone's Bill Wilson again says Western saw is D tier, Japanese saw is S tier. Yes, if there was actually this hand saw, if we're talking about this manual hand saw, it is a low C tier, right? That was what I was getting at. If it was the circular thing I showed you, that's an S tier for me. But this one is a low C tier. I barely use it because it always catches. Maybe I'm just bad. But what I use a lot more is my Japanese saw. Some places call it like a shark tooth saw.
Or push saw.
Or a push saw. But those are incredibly useful. You should get a Japanese saw. They're insane. Actually. I'm gonna put this up here. The old, the Fat Max measuring tape. Really great. The hard hat, D tier, unless you're actually working on a construction site.
Unless you're Bob the Builder.
Or you're Bob the Builder. If you're actually working on a construction site, then of course there might be rules and regulations that. But if you're working at home, doing silly projects, walking around in a construction helmet is a no-no. The bayonet saw. The bayonet saw is, for me, has been like the go-to. Has been the go-to tool for tearing stuff down. I have also, admittedly, I did buy a specific blade for this. I did use the bayonet saw to. Well, see, that's the meme, Molloy. Everyone thinks the hard hat is D tier until the time to need it. You're right, but that's why the hard hat is D tier. I have used it to chop sort of the bases of a couple of old trees that have started to grow back up. So I've done some yard work, I guess, with the bayonet saw as well. Which might be a no-no, but I did buy a specific blade that was like, this one is for chopping trees, so I assume it's fine. So teardowns and actually just yard work, the bayonet saw is quite nice. Let's see here.
It's one of those that seems kind of at least a niche to me, but then you can actually use it for more.
Exactly.
Than,
yes.
More.
So I almost want to put it in A tier, but I'm going to start with it in high B tier, and we'll go from there. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was.
Oh, you were not. Okay. I don't remember what this is called. I have one. I use it every now and then. It's on the same. It's nice to have for the same purpose that the Japan saw is, but you're doing it over a larger area. So I kind of want to put it in high C tier, not because it's a bad tool, but mostly because I don't use it that often. Maybe I'll move it.
It doesn't have the hidden versatility of the bayonet saw.
That's true too. You can do like one thing with it. And when we're talking about that, the speed square is like high S tier.
That's S.
It's almost.
It's below the drill, right?
It's here. Yeah. If you have this, and you have the circular saw thing I showed you earlier, right? The hand saw. If you have those two things, you can do so much. It's insane. If you have these two tools, you can basically skip this tool. You can basically skip this. You can skip this, right? You can if you're just buying like two things on this list, buy this, these three, and then buy like one of those hand saws, and you're done. All right. So you have the ladder. It's even a step ladder, isn't that what it's called? And it's like that.
Step ladders are like lower or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I think that's like an A ladder. I don't know.
They're nice. I have one or two. You can use them for a lot of stuff, of course. Even if you're just like doing painting, it's nice.
I mean, unless you're like 8 feet high, you kind of need one.
Exactly. So, but it's like in terms of usefulness, do I want to put it in S tier? I'm not sure.
Nah.
It's A. It's like the gloves.
You can do without. You can just pile some tape, move a chair or table.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm gonna put it here in low A tier, and we'll see where that goes. Then you have the laser leveler, which I don't have, but I have a buddy who has it, and it made me kind of jealous. But I'm not sure where to put it, because it's very useful in very specific situations. Like if you have the situation where a laser leveler is good, it just shaves off so much time and effort from a job.
Yeah, there's a manual thing. What do you call that? Right next to it.
This one.
Yeah. I mean, it works just fine, but it takes just so much time to, make sure and, tiny adjustments.
Things are correct. Yeah.
Is that really better?
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is put these both in, like you need some sort of leveling tool, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put both of these in A, but I'm going to say that the laser leveler is superior, but it is more expensive. Then you have the miter saw. Miter saw is also, I think, an A tier. Like it's something you should have. But you don't need it as much as you need a leveler. As I said, you can do pretty much like 70 to 90% of all miter saw cuts if you have one of those hand saws and a speed square and a bit of ingenuity. But your life is going to be a lot easier if you have to do a lot of tiny cuts. If you're doing like flashing, I think flashing is what it's called. Like around the doors or the windows, right? The molding, for example, crown molding, is that the word? You're going to need a miter saw, otherwise you're going to tear your hair out.
Those have like inbuilt sweet squares basically in them.
Yeah, essentially. But when you have like this and a speed square, then you're set, because you can use the speed square to figure out a lot of angles, and then you can just set that on the miter saw. You don't have to think; you just follow the numbers.
Yeah.
Nail gun. This is like an automatic one. If it's a very specific tool. I've like 90% of what I use my nail gun for has been doing stuff like flashing and like minor sort of patching jobs when you're like putting something to hide like a. Oh, I'm explaining this really badly. Like say you're putting some sort of outside material on, let's say a section of drawers, right? And you want the outside to be like in a specific material, so you have to fasten something. So that's when you use the nail gun and you shoot in a couple of nails, right? To make it stick. But other than that, it's mostly used if you do framing. Like if you do framing, then you're going to have one of these. You have to. That's your job, right? It's for bigger projects. So I'm going to put it in B. It's very useful, but it's mostly for scale work, right?
Yeah.
You can get smaller ones, but they also get very expensive when they're battery powered. So I have an air compressor, which I can use for other things as well. That takes more space, which I kind of regret, but it's also a bit more useful in other situations as well, not just not just the nail gun. Tongs is like a versatile tool. You can use that for a lot of bullshit. I'm gonna put it above the chisel. Like, it's not required. If you have the hammer, you can usually do a lot of the things that the tongs can do, but they're nice to have.
Tongs are the opposite of the chisel. They're the common use thing that you kind of really don't need, but you can just start yanking and squeezing and get that stuff out of there.
Very good. Eye protection. I actually really value eye protection, especially when you're cutting stuff in like the miter saw. It's just dust flying everywhere, gets in your eyes, really annoying. I kind of want to put it in S tier. It's probably more A tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, eye protection if you're sawing anything, and it's not just soft wood.
I mean, if you've ever used a miter saw and had a piece of wood whiz by your eye.
I mean, even I think my dad once, when I was younger, he was using his miter saw, and he was sawing, actually with a proper diamond plate. He was sawing these what do you call it? Those rocks that you put tiles. Yeah, tiles. So rock tiles that you put on like your backyard or something. And the miter saw blade broke, and one of the tiny blade bits that was literally diamond just
Jesus
got stuck in his eye protection there. So
ooh, yeah.
It's not even the stuff you're cutting, it's the actual blade itself.
Insane.
Ugh.
What's this? Is this sandpaper? Yeah, it's sandpaper. All right. Sandpaper's great.
Sandpaper, you need that for finishing.
Even better if you have like an automatic sander. But just being able to take the edge off something. I think sandpaper is high A. It's not a must, but you should want it as much as you want gloves.
And it's not expensive. You really should get some.
No. I guess this is just a screw.
I guess it is. Does it have this cool adjustable thing?
I don't know, to be honest. I want to put this above sandpaper. You probably want this. I mean, but if you have a drill, you might not need it. Yeah, that's the thing. This is for specific use cases if you have a drill, right?
Yeah, it's the stuff you don't.
Maybe I want to put it down here then. No, you're gonna have a screw. You need a screw. Yeah. Let's see here. Bill Wilson says, "Put on gloves. 3 minutes later, take them off since they get annoying me every job." It's this. That's me in the summer, essentially. But in the winter, having gloves and when you're working outside here, it gets chilly, which means that my hands never get hot or sweaty while working. So, and then they're great. They're fantastic. The industrial, I guess, vacuum. I did buy one a year ago. It's a bit of a game changer when you're doing like sanding work or general just doing projects that are messy. I want to put this in high B tier. It's kind of like the bucket. It's a very useful thing to have. Once you have it, you can, makes your life easier.
Yeah, you just don't want to, have a broom and throw that stuff back into the air, the sawdust or something. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Or even if you do, you can at least just vacuum it up, right?
Yeah.
Leave no trace. Shovel. A good shovel is a must. I want to put that in S tier. But in terms of versatility, it's got some. I mean, I've removed some rocks using shovel.
Yeah, iron shovel.
Yeah, if it's a good quality shovel, then yes, it's S tier.
I've actually used because we don't have a, what do you call it in English? The thing you use to drill holes in ice with.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name in English.
Yeah, but Anyway, at our cottage, we don't have one of those. So, or sometimes we borrow the neighbor's one. But if he's not there, I'm not just gonna go out. And it's more fun anyway to actually cut a hole in the ice with just an axe and one of these shovels. Iron shovels.
Yeah.
You can just clank the hole into the lake with one of those, and jump in there from sauna.
So in a pinch, yeah, you can use it as that.
Yeah,
cool.
and it's also just warm up workout. But earn your dip in the lake.
So these here, are these like the cutter tongs things? I don't believe I have those.
Are those the one that have the whole lock thing that they?
Oh yeah, maybe they lock. Yeah. So tin snips. Someone says maybe that's it. Yeah, you're gonna have to help me out here, chat, on how useful these are, because I have no.
I mean, they're more
no idea.
useful than the standard tongs. I mean,
I guess
they do the same thing, and a little bit more.
Do we just place them here next to the tongs then? I don't know. I literally don't know if they're better or worse than normal tongs. I keep saying thongs. I don't know why my brain is equating those.
Hard.
Yeah, Anglo language hard. I want to say Thule. That's tin snips and pliers don't have it. Oh, okay. Tin snips, as in this is for cutting tin. Ah, okay.
Ah, they're cutters.
They're cutters. Okay, well, that's too specific for me. Like, they're not bad. They're just very specific. So I'm going to put them next to the chalk line as the same.
You could get that stuff cut, with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Cutters.
Then you have a wrench set, or just wrenches in general. I mean, that one specifically is kind of like hyper specific. Like if you do stuff on your car, it's very nice. So if you want to change your tires,
is it a complement to your drill?
If you can use these bits on your drill, then this is great.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's the
because I've got a smaller version of this, right? With just like 4 pieces or something. So yeah, then that's an A tier, mostly just because you can use it for a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those sets. I mean, what I often see is they're specifically a complement for the drill. You can do the whole, fastening stuff, bolts and stuff with it. So, change your car tires with it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Good Night is asking, race tier list when? Well, that's easy. S tier is the 24-hour Le Mans race. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Monaco Grand Prix.
You're a Monaco Grand Prix guy. Okay. Then you have the table saw. Again, speaking of like necessity for home improvement, the table saw is really nice. Do you need it right away?
But you need like a Hong Kong apartment.
That's the thing.
Space.
I have to go out. The thing is, I end up usually not using my table saw because I have to go out into, I have to go, I have to walk for a bit to get into the garage, right? I have to maybe move my car out of the garage, then move the table saw to the middle of the garage to be able to even make the cut. And by then, if I'm just, being a bit smart with a leveler, and the hand saw and a couple of clamps, I can have made it the same cut, right?
Sure, but just think of the whole mog of having a whole bug pod sized tool.
It's true. It's A tier, I think.
I mean, it's great,
yes.
but you don't
low
really
A tier.
You don't need it, but
No, it's high B tier. It's high B tier. It's great, but you don't need it. I think the cutoff point is, do you need this? Right.
I mean, you have to put the vacuum, I think, above it, right?
Yeah, I think I'd do this.
Yeah.
Or maybe like this.
Yeah,
this.
like that.
Yeah. And
because everything.
Yeah, if the cutoff point from A to B is kind of like, do you need this? Then I agree with the way it is now.
Yeah.
let's see here. Tool belt, S tier. A good tool belt has been a game changer for me. I actually upgraded to sort of full on work pants with like integrated. You can like attach and deattach like tool pouches. And I might upgrade into a full tool belt at some point to use in the summer.
Full modular tool belt.
But what I got is one I can use in winter, which is like really warm and cozy. So that's nice. A toolbox. No, this is, or is it a wrench set?
I think it's a toolbox.
But it has a bunch of wrenches in it. I think this is a toolbox.
Sure, but it's just a visualization. Hey,
I can't believe I actually didn't have a toolbox until like a month ago or something.
But you can actually just use the bucket as a toolbox.
Well, that's the kind of thing I've been doing. I've been doing a bunch of other, using like buckets or other like plastic boxes that my wife bought from like IKEA like 5 years ago that she wasn't using for anything. So I just put like, these are all my like I got her to label them. So like these are sandpaper and like everything that has to do with sanding. And I have one labeled like everyday tools. And so, which are like the S tier tools go in one box. So they're always within reach, right? And then I have like one big like DeWalt bag I got for buying like a set of like a drill or something else. No, it wasn't a drill. It was something else, which I put all the power tools in. So I actually don't use a toolbox, but you should have something, but it's not required, weirdly enough. So it's below the bucket because you can actually use the bucket as a toolbox, but you can't use the toolbox as a bucket.
True. You can't put your toolbox full of water.
Yep. The trowel, I have never used a trowel because I haven't done any brick work. How about you?
I've actually done some brick work, but that was just me being used.
You don't need this.
You don't need it unless you're building a wall.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you could put it in low.
Even then, I built a wall, an extension of a wall recently, and that was just, I mean, we're using the whole like gypsum thing here, which means I didn't need to use this. I did use like spackling or whatever it's called, like the weird flat tools.
Look at Bill Wilson in chat. I've done my concrete with my hands since I lost all the trowel.
Jesus, the grug just shove it in with your hands. Well, I mean, that's a way to do it. So I guess that confirms that it's in D tier on necessity, I guess. And then there's the Stanley knife, the cardboard cutter. Very useful tool for a lot of things.
We call it the rug cutter over here.
Oh yeah, you can use it for that too. Yeah. It's not necessary, but it's very useful, and I'd say it's more useful than a miter saw and a bayonet saw.
I mean, you could just have a regular knife. Boka.
Yeah. Oh, that's the feeling. Bill says, you know where the tool is when it's in the way, but when you need it, it falls into a black hole. Jesus Christ! The amount of time, if I could get back the time I spent looking for tools. Hopefully, my organization stuff has gotten better the past half a year. We've gotten more space now to actually organize my tools, so it's getting there. This one, I don't know what it is. I've never seen this.
Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah.
What? I can't see it either. So.
This one here.
What is? Oh, I think that's some sort of precision cutter thing.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a.
Bill Wilson says scroll saw. I've never seen this before.
I think I've seen some of those before, but I don't know.
What are you? Is this specifically to make like radius cuts? Yeah, you cut intricate curves in wood, metal, or other materials.
Yeah,
it's literally craftsman.
Yeah, it's like
okay, so it's a powered version of this. Okay, I see. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. I haven't used it, so I'm not going to rate it. And then there's the old cleanup bags. That's good to have. I think that's A tier.
Yep.
Just having bags you can indiscriminately just throw everything into is it's very handy. It's the gayest of the power tools on the list, the scroll saw.
I mean, it has to be something. Something has to be, Joe.
That's true. So I don't feel like I have the knowledge to place these anywhere. But here we have the official Longhouse tool tier list.
We can
Draft
put the
1.
We can put the bandsaw right next to the table saw. It's kind of similar. It's like big and clunky, and it works. But
yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, the scroll saw is whack. Scroll saw can be D tier.
Yeah, that can be D
I
tier.
feel like I would get more use out of this than the powered version, so I'm going to put this on C tier. I do believe I have one of these. I've just never used it. I think I got it from my dad because they were scaling down quite a few years ago, right? Moving to a smaller place after none of the kids are home anymore. And so he dumped a bunch of his tools on me, and I think this was one of them. So I do have it. That's true.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the first draft of the official Longhouse tool tier list. Walrus edition. I'm sure Luddic Path has its own version. We're going to do a few more. Can you stick around for a little bit longer? We'll do a few more memes, and then we'll get out of here. I did have a Western RPG tier lists, but we're not gonna do that now.
You got to get a Luddic on for that one. He's probably
got more to say on that.
Yeah.
So here you go. So your village has just got drone strike. Wondering why? Please consult the criteria below. You've done a racism. You've done a narco-terrorism. You've done an independent central banking system. You hecking disrespected Israel. Drone warfare is my weapon of justice. And an AGM 114 Hellfire missile is my bullet. Pow. FAQ. So what does this mean? The credit rating of your country has decreased from AA to B+, and you are not allowed to use US dollars for international trade anymore. Also, you have been banned from the SWIFT banking system. Why did you do this? And so it goes on. I think this is like a Reddit thing. Like some guy.
Yeah, the whole format of the text is done like one of the ways in which a Reddit moderator tells you why you've been banned.
Yeah. And it's not. This is like an actual post that was. Made
This
by a
is
moderator.
the way.
Yeah.
This is the way a Reddit mod will tell you that you've been banned.
Jesus Christ. Here you go. This India thing.
There we go.
Do not touch Israel, the baby lion. I want to find. This is. I'm not sure if we have the time, but there's this like 3-minute long video about SpongeBob going to the Republican convention.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think
here it is.
I think I posted.
This is insanely good. We're probably gonna have to pause throughout, but let's just keep going.
What are all these soy boys waiting in line?
Ahoy there, Chad wife. This be the line to get into the RNC. The most hardcore conservative collection of patriots in the Western world. Only the most based and red-pilled giga-chads can get in.
Welcome to the RNC. How trad are you?
How trad am I? I support the LGBTQ.
Yeah, so?
Without the plus.
Holy shit, you're fucking based. Go right ahead, sir. What the hell do you want, femoid? Get back to the kitchen. Oh, God, yes! Mommy taught me. My muscly trad waifu go in queen. Welcome to the RN.
Oh, my God, the cringe.
Oh, see, how much do you love Israel?
Yeah.
As if I would support those elite adrenochrome suckers. I'll have you know, Trump sent a message
Oh no, SpongeBob is a cute.
into my brain while watching The Sound of Freedom, and he told me that the Patriots were in control.
Uh-huh. I think you belong in that club over there.
QAnon Juniors? What do you think I am, some nut job?
Oh, no, sorry, I was pointing to the place next to it.
Super weenie chud juniors? I am not a chud. I'm a trad conquistador.
A trad conquistador.
I've definitely been feeling black-pilled lately. The West has fallen. Yeah, billions must die.
What a couple of incel chuds. Oh boy.
Would you like another Red 40 Soylent chud?
God damn it, I'm out of here. Let me in, or I'll get my Latinx libertarian boogaloo boy wife to come over here from our weed
Boogaloo
Oh,
boy.
it just keeps going and getting worse.
farm with his AR-15.
Did somebody say boy wife? They better not be making it their whole personality.
Oh god. I had forgotten about the making it your whole personality.
So, what are your thoughts on pegging?
You gotta go from chud to chad. Get yourself a trad hairdo.
What's up, Brokey? What color's your Bugatti?
So you're a Tate Maxer, huh? Isn't that guy a
Tate
sex
Maxer.
trafficker?
Nah, he just puts women back in their place. Learned it all in Hustlers University.
Hold on, you don't have male pattern baldness. You're just that chud from earlier.
Everyone, let's go, Brandon!
Go right on in, Top G. Sorry.
I'm here for MAGA Drag Queen Story Hour.
MAGA drag queen story hour.
And don't worry, I won't make it my whole
Oh, there
personality.
it is.
You're not a heckin' wholesome Republican trans POC we can use as a mascot. Get out of here. Maybe if you drink some Black Rifle coffee and use dude wipes, then we can talk little chud.
Dude
You guys
wipes.
gotta own a libtard snowflake epic Shapiro style. That'll get you in for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Snowflake. Did I hurt your feelings? Go ahead and cancel me, you fucking lib fart. Damn, I'm really in the mood to destroy a snowflake with facts and logic.
Oh, yeah? What about that guy?
That man is clearly a red-blooded American patriot, not like that cock.
My pronouns are Z, Zi, Zo, Zum.
Actually, woke crybaby, there are only 4 genders, as the good Lord intended.
What's the 4 genders?
Triggered much?
I'm full of love, and you're full of hate. I'll kill you, you hateful piece of shit.
Imagine the outrage if the roles were reversed.
Wait, no. Facts and logic. Your moral superiority is too based. I'm getting canceled. Holy Fauci, you own that snowflake harder than Steven Crowder owned his wife. It would be my honor to accept your precious tax dollars.
I'm gonna drain the swamp!
Yes, you're gonna do it.
Sandy, did the red wave save us all?
All those Tradcath Mexican immigrants voted blue.
They prefer Latinx, you fucking bigot.
Latinx, eh? I think you belong at that political party.
Libertarian!
Jesus Christ.
Keeps
Thank
going.
you, everyone, for watching cartoons with us. There's 130 people who watched SpongeBob with us all here. All right, very good. Can't. Okay. Let's see here. Where were we in the memes? I've lost my position. Oh yeah, continuing our Indian memes.
A whole category of Indian memes.
Yes.
It's 2024.
I don't understand. Well, you're stupid, student. I don't understand Indian man on YouTube. I will teach you, my son.
Hey, a positive one.
For once, yeah.
Yeah, usually they're not as positive about the Indians.
You don't understand. The traditional world has fallen. I must ride the tiger. It's never been this over. Oh yeah, here's more. I found a couple of like Yuga memes, I think. This is just the cycle expressed in chuds and chads. The fundamentals of the economy are good, but I'm not earning enough to survive. That isn't one of the fundamentals. Kevin, I'm dying. Please stop beatboxing. It's. I think I'm getting just tired because everything's making me laugh now. The only vaguely tolerable Indian male is the elderly Indian gentleman. Elderly Indian gentleman teaching me long division on YouTube.
Long division on paper. I bet
Yes.
some people in chat have forgotten that since school.
Let's see here. A foreign tourist took a picture of herself next to the statue of Queen Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut.
Oh,
I
no,
like
the-
the black Israelite guy in the bottom right.
He's about to go on a tirade.
Yeah, that's what does it for me. Like this.
Oh
one.
no! Oh no!
It's the we're over. It's over. We're back in one image. And what gift would a dwarf ask of the elves? Nothing, except to look upon the lady of the Galadrim one last time, for she is more fair than all the jewels beneath the earth. Seethes at elves for 140 years, catches the faintest whiff of Galadriel's elf ussy. Thank you for that word. He immediately starts simping. Why are dwarf cells like this? Are dwarf cells really like this? I haven't dwarfed Max, unfortunately. I'm too tall.
It's hard to dwarf Max at above 6 feet.
Yeah, it is. This one is out of context.
You know, in the old days, boom, firing squad. No, it's true.
That's applicable to many situations.
It is, yeah. What's this? Oh, yeah. I think you posted this. Yeah. Now I know why the vibe is completely off with new Dungeons and Dragons artwork. They're stock photo meetings. It's insane how true this is. And I didn't connect it until now.
Report.
Yeah. Yeah, of our adventure or whatever, right?
Oh, no. Just bad. Oh,
sure thing. Here are the 10 commandments rephrased in Gen C slang. No cap on God's name. Don't flex any other gods, just the OG. No idol hype. Don't be simping for any fake idols. 3. Respect the name. Don't use God's name for clout or in vain. Keep the Sabbath lit. Keep one day a week chill and holy, no work. Show some fam love. Always respect your rents. Parents.
Rents. That's what I've never heard before. Rents.
Yeah. 6. Don't cancel others. No murking anyone. That is. 7. Stay loyal. Sorry.
I guess Gen Z doesn't pay any actual rent, so
maybe.
I can't see any other way that slang can come about.
Oh, sorry. 7. Stay loyal. No sliding into someone else's DMs if you're cuffed. 8. Hands off. Don't be jacking other people's stuff. 9. No fake news. Keep it 100. No lying on your friends. 10. Stop thirsting. Don't be jealous of what others got. Be content.
For real, for real.
Oh, I love it. Let's see here. I don't know who this is, and I'm not sure if you were the one who posted this.
No, I don't think I did.
I don't know who this man is. Maybe someone can help me. It might be someone famous. I just don't recognize the face. But step 1 for world build is your kink. Step 2 is your political power fantasy. Step 3 is esoteric magic system. Step 4 is characters optional. Let me check here. I was thinking maybe it was... No? Is it... I was thinking maybe it was... Is it Crowley? No, that's not... It's not Crowley. Yeah, I was thinking Frank Herbert. I think that's Frank Herbert. Yeah, it's Frank Herbert. It was either him or Robert Howard in my mind. It was either one of them.
Yeah, but what's Frank Herbert's kink then? In Dune.
Maybe he's into the whole like Bene Gesserit stuff.
Oh yeah, secret
yeah
female thing.
The weird goth girls who tell you that you're gonna rule the world, right?
They're secretly out to get all men.
Told the Mages Guild that I'd work on my casting, but didn't say which kind.
Greg is out there living life.
Yeah. When your wife tells you to stop gaming because it's 3 a.m., dismiss Sandwich Lady.
Old school RuneScape is. Simply.
Oh, this is the only edit of these I can actually show on stream. But there's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of good circulating memes about this.
I mean, it was good the first time you saw it, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, it quickly got old. It fizzled out.
The way to keep it relevant is to actually put it in a new context like this. So.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just extremely cursed, and it starts veering off into.
There's Big Rob defending our borders. Simple as.
He's a big Buddha.
Yeah.
He's won with the. He's about to astral project those boats back to France.
Space age maximalist. An excess of 50 pounds per woman. Remove excess fat from 22 million US women, 20 to 29. Get about 500 million kilograms of fat. 9 calories per gram of fat is about 523 billion gigawatt hours. 30% burn efficiency is about 156 billion gigawatt hours. Total US energy use 2022 is 10 to the power of 18 BTU or 29 billion gigawatt hours. 5 years of US power is stored in young women's lard, just waiting.
These are the.
Not take a Prius.
These are the absolutely inventive policy solutions that we will find in the great future.
Exactly.
Meydanın tam karşısında şurada.
Thomas Shelby, Mafia.
Mafya, okay.
Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
Evet, Sigma.
Sigma. Where are you from?
Muammer.
Muammer. Okay, nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
Sigma.
Sigma, okay, okay. Thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
just walking on a street in like Azerbaijan, firing your gun into the air. You know, you've got some TikToks of, you know,
of Peaky Blinders, Sigma.
Yeah, you're a post-Soviet citizen, and you're watching TikToks.
And he's got his like headphones in as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Bateman walking.
Yeah, up stepping into the racism spot.
I think this racist spot thing was a real thing in like New York City.
Oh, really?
And that's where this picture is taken. You know, Apple is just you know put there, but
Ruski Blinskis.
Hey, Tajik, not Tajik. Azeri.
Yeah.
Azeris are basically like Turks, but you know.
That's true. Yeah.
Every single time! I'm cooked! Why does she keep asking me to do favors? I'm here hoping for some like nice time spent together. I'm hoping.
Is she like censoring herself?
Yes.
For us to bond, for you to become my friend, to stay with me, and she just keeps asking me to do things every single time. She just keeps asking me to do stuff for her. I'm like a freaking lapdog. She hasn't given me any money yet. She hasn't given me any herbs. She hasn't given me anything. I just keep doing stuff for her because she's so hot and I can't help myself.
This woman realized she is a simp for Kira Metz in Witcher.
Oh, this one hurts. This one really hurt. Ugh.
Ooh. Longhouse.
Yeah. Even like they're printed out.
Yeah, the printed out his follow list, and it's full of e-girls.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Gerard O'Rood says, during my 13 years as an ambassador, I always offered wine, French, to my guests for lunch and dinner. Not for the breakfast, though. Often white and then red, and champagne before the meal. And John Harwood replies, and how, Mr. Ambassador, did you get any work done in the afternoon? Working in the afternoon? At least he's self-aware. Let's see here. The US should look a lot more like Norway because the state owns 76% of Norway's non-home wealth. The authoritarian right says the US should look a lot more like Norway. The libertarian quadrant says the US should look a lot more like Norway. And the libertarian left says the US should look a lot more like Norway. It's funny.
Everybody's envious.
Everybody's envious of the best place on earth. It's understandable. Woman texts, "I'm having a bad day," and he responds, "What's wrong?" Thinks,
What's
"Will
wrong?
this bitch have a good day?" It is kind of relatable. It's relatable historically. I'm very glad that I ended up with my wife, but I have been in the situation where it's like, when will this woman just have a good day? Why are you texting
So
me?
it does get better? Oh my god, there's hope.
If you find the meme earlier was finding a good wife is a very important important thing, right? This is very true of Stack Overflow. This is a bit of a sort of like a programmer meme.
I found this extremely relatable.
Yeah.
So,
You're asking a question and then you get like a downvote. That's the first thing that happens. And then someone tells you that you're asking the wrong question without providing an alternative explanation or answer. It's like, okay. In America, acquiring a based and red-pilled trad wife is increasingly...
Can I hit this one?
Sorry. Yeah,
In
do
America,
it.
acquiring a based and red-pilled trad wife is increasingly unaffordable for most patriotic Americans. So my team and I travel to Bangkok, Thailand, a nation commonly demonized by liberals as racked by sex trafficking and child prostitution. We wanted to see for ourselves, and what we found will shock you. Lily, whom we met at the airport shortly after stepping off the plane, will reportedly rob me for a wrong time for less than $100 per month. When I inquired into her opinions on the Bible and the American Constitution, she informed me that, "Oh, so cool, mister." It was a revelation.
Very good. Thank you. This was from the shopping cart episode, wasn't it? Where he just goes into like a European supermarket for the first time and is baffled.
Yeah, there's a Russian supermarket in the background,
Yeah.
and he's like wondering, like, wow, there's like fruits here.
Yeah, yeah. It's not all corn. Yeah. Okay, we're getting to the end here. Let's get a couple of quick ones in. Ancient and modern engineers juxtaposed. Return. Let's see here. Any more highlights I want to show? Yeah, this one's good. Stanislav, we're picking up incoming missiles. We have to tell the Kremlin. No, but the computer, the science, nothing ever happens.
True story.
This is actually a true story, yes.
Yeah, this is literally a true story.
Save a fellow Chud to save the world from nuclear war. Very good. Let's stop with this one.
Hey guys, Rabbi Jory here. Someone sent me this video of a gentleman making a cup of coffee. Might be a cappuccino.
Coffee.
Looks like a nice design.
That scream never fails to make me laugh. All right. We've been at this for 2 hours for way more views than I would expect considering what we've been doing. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Burkhardt, for joining me and for providing most of these memes throughout the year. If you want to contribute, you can join us on the Element channel. I don't believe I have the link down there right now, but I'll add it after the stream is finished. Otherwise, you can look in older videos. You'll find the link there, or message me on Twitter, and I'll forward the link to you. And there you can post, your own memes and have them featured next year. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Burkhardt. Is there anything you want to share? Anything you want to shill before we leave?
Maybe next year, if someone comes and unseats me as the supreme con of the Matrix meme channel, they can come on the show and show off their
that would be great.
But as of now, I am uncontested.
You are uncontested, actually. Yeah. There were some people at some points. Some of these are really good as well. There's a lot I didn't show that I felt were too spicy to put on.
You left out all the Skaven memes.
For example, all the Skaven memes. Yeah.
But I guess we got those out in that one game stream.
I'm gonna stop this by sharing a meme I made that I was kind of proud of, but it is very specific. But if you haven't seen it, I believe you will get a kick out of it. You might have seen it. It's using the hot new meme format of the silence thing. Which is funny because I have a friend who works as a network engineer, and he's always like going on about like fucking web devs pushing all manner of shit over the line. Like, just clogging the internet with bullshit.
All the bandwidth is gone.
Yeah, all the bandwidth. You're just wasting bandwidth, and I'm like, I don't care. I write the HTTP requests, then it's your job to make them work, chud. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining me again, Burkhal. They can follow you on Twitter if they want. You're probably called Burkhal there as well. I'm not sure if you post a lot, but
I
it
repost
exists.
all the best stuff from all over.
A lot of good stuff. It's worth a follow. Thank you for watching. Next week we'll be back with J. Otto Paul and his new book. Until then, have a good night and a good weekend.
Good night.
No.